Sometimes it's hard to share results or share a report card when other people do a lot better than you. We all can sit and compare each other to each other, but what we really need to do is compare ourselves to ourselves. We need to see that the changes we make and the things that we learn and the things that we bring to our facility and our barns, the things we learn at conferences or at courses, we've brought back to our management system, and we've tweaked and we've played around with, and it's good to see trends and progress. I'm beginning my 6th year as a sheep farmer, and I'm basically just now getting the results that I thought when I began that's what I on paper should be getting, and that's not what had happened. Today's vlog will be all about my numbers and where we are today and how long it's taken me to get here. Everybody wants to know how that last group did, because when I was on Snapchat and Insta stories, I kept pulling out lots of multiples, so everyone's like, oh my god, your numbers should be through the roof. Well, they're not. I did have 2 sets of 6, so 2 sets of sextuplets. I had 6 sets of quintuplets, 12 sets of quads. So you would think with all those numbers, I'm like, whoa, I should be breaking records, but I didn't. Partly the reason is I'm still at 28% single, so I still had 38 ewes out of 134 that gave me singles. So that waters down your numbers. So for every single, you need triplets to give you your twin. I'm gonna back up a little second, just a hot minute. I am in a peer group organized by my vet, and I'm hoping more of these are gonna start to come in and around Ontario. And for me, it has been the next step for that for me, for management, and that is getting together with 6 or 7 like-minded producers, crunching our numbers, not being afraid to share our numbers and see what works for each other, what doesn't work, what does work. Part of that is our vet has put together just summaries, like a template of where we can put, how many ewes we had in the group, how many were scanned, how many were confirmed pregnant. So we have a lot of pre-weaning information, and then we have a lot of some post-weaning information, so mortality, how many we've shipped, all that stuff. So it's a great little template. In this group, I had 173 that were exposed. Only 136 were pregnant, which is a conception rate of 78%, which isn't great when they're in season, I do grant that, but with a short breeding interval, that's not a terrible conception rate. I had 2 ewes abort, which is a 1.5% abortion rate. I have had history of abortion problems, so 2 ewes aborting for me is actually really good, as bad as that sounds. Lambing started March 11th and it was done March 26th, so if I can do the math, that's about 15 days. 12 hardcore days, and the other ones were like at the beginning and the end where you only have a few. 134 ewes ended up lambing. I had 307 lambs born out of them. So even with all those crazy multiples, I still was only left with a 2.29% lambs per ewe percentage, which is still good. I'm not at all complaining about that, and I'm gonna go through some of my old records that I found just to show you where I am now as to where I've been in the past. 28% were single, 10% stillborns, which isn't great, 37% twins, 20% triplets, and 15% quads and above. So again, these were bred in October, and talking to you guys and talking to my vet, we've all kind of figured out likely it's because I bred them in October. I used my program, which is I use cedars and I use the Folagon, the PMSG, to help them ovulate. Well, they're already ovulating, so some of these that have the tendencies to already be fairly prolific, I'm wondering if it just kind of made them super ovulate. So we do have to keep that in mind. However, in saying that, I still ended up with my goal, which is a little bit over 2. So that's always kind of my goal. So do you take away that? I don't know. I want to just show you what, if you just stick with it and learn what you can and apply little things every year, just apply, better nutrition and better systems and making sure you're there at lambing so you don't lose lambs on stupid things, because God knows we all do that. I just wanted to go through my results. Okay, again, 2012, 2013, not good years for record keeping. I wasn't even sure what I was doing to even keep records, but I will tell you they were bad. And I'm not hiding that. I would be lucky if I had 1 lamb per ewe at that point. By 2014, it was about 1.3. 1.3 lambs per ewe. So I had nowhere really to go but up. And don't feel bad if you're 1.3. Sometimes that's breed, and some farmers are totally fine with 1 lamb per ewe. 2015, I improved to 1.48, so I was almost at 1.5. 2016, I went up to 1.75. And then 2017, my average, and this shocked the crap out of me. And again, I had to go through all my numbers because I had gone through some health issues in my flock, so I didn't even think this was possible. But 2017, I averaged 2. Which shocked the crap out of me. This is what's born, and it's before mortality, before early deads, before stillborns, all that stuff. So that last group, even though I was at 2.3 born, only 2.05 after stillborns were born alive. This group 2 had no first-time lambers, and that makes a big difference on your numbers. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're lambing a bunch of first-time lambers. Typically a first-time lamber, in my experience, in my barn, they usually only give me 1, unless they're a real prolific breed, and you might get 2. Honestly, it's kind of a blessing they only have 1. I find they're really trying to figure out what the heck is going on with their body and this little creature that's trying to drink out of them. I hope this stuff helps. If there's anything, if you guys want to see the numbers or see the template, if I could give you any words of wisdom, it would be find a vet you trust, not just a vet you want to call because you have a prolapse or because you have a health emergency. You need a vet that is comfortable with sheep, number 1, which is hard to find, I'm not gonna lie, just to go over management, protocol, keeping you accountable for stuff. Of course, the other thing is find yourself a good feed company or someone that you trust, like a nutritionist, that can really help you with your feeding. What you put in these animals it's so valuable to what you get out of it. So don't take for granted what they're eating and your water. Don't take for granted those little things, and align yourself with people that will add value to you and to your management abilities. I've come a long way. I've come from basically 1 lamb per ewe to this group was 2.3, and that's through genetic improvement, and it's through, some management changes, making sure I'm there during lambing, even though I'm tired and grumpy, and it's aligning yourself with the people that will help you improve. Thanks for watching. Again, if you have any questions or you want to share, where did you guys begin? If some of you guys have been doing this for years and years and years. What affects your lambing rates? Share what works for you, what those numbers look like if you're comfortable doing that. Want to know some more stuff? I'm kind of an open book. I just told you basically how much I sucked my whole first, I'm year 6, so pretty much first 5 years of my existence in the sheep industry. We've come a long way. But it takes work and it takes commitment, and you have to be discouraged to find the drive to do better. And I guess that's been my motivation for definitely the last little bit. Make those changes and ask the questions. We all are here to share and not judge. Well, I'm sure I'm going to be judged because I kind of suck. Have a good evening, and thanks for watching.